Morning, dudes. Welcome back to Duty's Daggers. Happy Monday. And I got a new Vosteed here. Just came in the mail yesterday. And this is called the Akita. It has their new pivot lock system here. Same one that's on the Ankilo. And I think maybe they have done it on a few other knives, but these are the two that I own. This is the Ankilo. It's been out for a little while. And this is pretty similar. Both have aluminum handles, and this one has S35 VN blade steel, and I think this one's the same. No, this one's L-Max. This one's S35 VN, very cool. I like that steel. So we got kind of a clip point blade, sort of like a boxy-ish handle with a little bit of a faux inlay there. I do like that texture. I think it looks pretty neat. Sort of a seafoam greenish color. We have a deep gray pocket clip that's inset into the surface. And it looks pretty similar. It's a little different than the Ankilo clip, but fairly similar. Now this locking mechanism, I forget what they call it, but it's a pivot lock. So it's a button that you press, and it's right in the pivot. Usually buttons are off to the side here. This one's right in the center of the pivot. Supposedly it's a very strong lock, but I gotta say, I don't think I prefer this over just a regular button lock. It feels, it just feels different, and I'm having trouble putting my finger on exactly what it is. It might be the smoothness. There's a lot of travel, like from the time your finger touches the surface of the button, you're pushing down, pushing down, pushing down, and then it unlocks. It's a very far distance, it feels, that you have to push down to get it finally to unlock. With a lot of regular button locks, it's just, bam, it's right there. Here I have the top liner lock Raccoon. So this is not a button lock. It's an inset, or it's a compression lock, liner lock. But you just barely press that button and it drops. I think this is a regular button lock is a little smoother too. Not quite as smooth. And this one's broken in, so let's see on a broken in one. About the same. Just feels like there's some resistance there. Well, these feel like they're complete. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. These are not quite as free spinning. Now, if we're comparing a plunge lock button lock to this one's going to be much, much stronger of a lock. A top liner lock compared to this lock, probably this is still stronger, but this is going to be stronger than a plunge lock button lock. We can say that. So back to the Akita here. We have a clip point blade shape. It's ground pretty thin, not like crazy thin behind the edge, but it's not bad. Big ol' choke up spot / sharpening choil area. Got the hole deployment. You got a row of jimping up here that's not very grippy, but it's there. You know, the blade looks a little short for the handle to me. And they do have kind of some extra handle here. You can see where the tip is, where the tip ends, and how there's kind of that just extra space in the handle that's not being used by the blade. So they could have made that blade a little longer. Also, I'm not really sure why they had this nice flat choke up area right here and this. Choking up just on this flat area is plenty comfortable, and they could have extended this and made this a full length blade without taking away this chunk for the choke up area. Just had a nice notch sharpening choil there, much smaller than this, and that would have been perfectly fine, and we would have had more cutting edge. Kind of the same on the Ankilo. We have a really nice choke up spot, a flat spot right here, and then we have another one right here. I think choking up nicely right here, and then having that edge come all the way up to right here would have been really nice. Hook myself. We would have had more cutting edge. And right here, you're choked up. You're choked all the way up. So it doesn't need to be any more than that. That's what I would say. You get more cutting edge if it was that way. As it is now, the blade is like 2 7/8 inch, almost 3 inches, and the cutting edge is like 2.5. So there's like 3/8, or no, yeah, there's like 3/8 of an inch that you're losing with this big sharpening choil. The handle, about 4 1/8. Overall, it's about 7 inches. Here it is with the raccoon. Ankylo. And then I have my Rosie on me today. I don't love it. Let's talk about the action real quick. The reverse flick's pretty decent. Not bad. Thumb flick. A little awkward because you have to kind of flick out because of this protrusion right here. You have to kind of miss that. Front flip's decent. Front flip is decent. I have a big crack on my thumb right now, so it's kind of hard to front flip. Let me try it lefty. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's easy to front flip, pretty easy. But it's not incredible, you know? It still feels like there's some kind of resistance in the pivot somewhere. It's fine. It doesn't like pop out with authority, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. The blade looks a little short for the handle. I think if they extended the cutting edge down here, it would have helped out a lot. I don't love the blade shape either. It almost looks like it's kind of like a straight line and then comes up here, up to here, this point, which looks odd to me. I would have thought it would look better, maybe just like straight, having this line be straight. I don't know. I prefer the blade on this one. I like this a lot. This is a great blade shape. Sheep's foot with some belly. That's awesome. Even the drop point on the raccoon, I prefer this one. This is a great blade shape too. Don't really prefer this one, but some people do. Some people like clip points. I don't really like it. I don't really like it that much. There you go. That's it. The Akita. I'll give it away. This was sent to me free of charge by Vosteed, so I will be giving it away. Maybe we'll do it on this next giveaway. We need to do one for the 14,000 subscriber milestone, so we'll probably give this away during that. So there you go, the Akita. Thanks for watching. Like the video before you leave, and I will see you next time.